New York Congressman and gubernatorial candidate Lee Zeldin joining us now. Congressman, you know, a lot of people saw it coming. People in Africa saw it coming. They saw it coming specifically. I wrote about it a couple of weeks ago. I put out a tweet and I said, if what's happening in Africa happens here, we're going to have a lot more people testing positive, but fewer people getting real sick. So if I can see it, certainly the president of the United States could see it. Where's he getting his advice from?
This time last month, South Africa was telling the world about this new variant called Omicron. And as a response, you had countries all over the world, including the United States, instantly publicly talking about travel bans with regards to South Africa. Weeks ago, this was a topic of conversation at the White House press briefing room with Jen Psaki. You also had mayors and governors within the president's own party using it as justification for new mandates. I remember when Bill de Blasio was announcing his new vaccine mandate, he was using Omicron as justification. That was weeks ago. When Governor Hochul in New York was announcing a new statewide mask mandate, she was talking about Omicron as one of the reasons. So clearly the entire world was getting a heads up. South Africa made it widely known.
Well, here's the scary thing, Congressman, is that the president is apparently taking advice from Kamala Harris rather than from his CDC director, Dr. Walensky. Dr. Walensky was saying that she saw it coming. And it appears, even though Kamala Harris said that she didn't see it coming, the president is listening to his VP about scientific advice vis-a-vis the Omicron rather than listening to his CDC director. There's a problem with that.
Yeah, the other problem, directly related to your point, one of the issues with the vice president is that she doesn't see problems that are right in front of her face. I mean, right now, there's no crisis at the southern border. There's never been one, and she was the border czar. So this has been a constant with regards to the vice president. She laughs. The president does the same. They laugh when faced with these realities and facts from members of the media trying to ask questions and others trying to pose these questions and these points. But unfortunately, this is an MO for VP Harris.
Yeah,
she doesn't see not only what's not coming, she doesn't see what's right in front of her.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing from the VP, but it's even more disturbing from the president himself. Let's talk about the mandates. As I just mentioned in the last segment, Australia has this dramatic reversal on mandates. They were draconian. Now they're releasing them, focusing on personal responsibility. New York State and a lot of other states, but you're running for governor. You want to change the way the state does business. We have these very draconian mandates here, particularly in New York City. Will that change now that we know that the Omicron variant, while it's spreading like wildfire, it's not as serious as Delta?
Unfortunately, I don't see them changing imminently. I see consideration actually for new mandates to come down on top of the mandates we had. In the New York City example, Bill de Blasio is on his way out of office. So that's probably the biggest variable here is what the new mayor will do with regards to these mandates. Governor Hochul right now is considering a statewide vaccine mandate in order for kids to be able to attend school. There's also a push towards new remote learning.
So they're not paying attention, forgive me for interrupting, they're not paying attention to the science, either before or after what happens. I mean, it's extraordinary. Is that one of the reasons why New York is bleeding people and businesses to states like Florida that have let more focus on personal responsibility than mandates?
Absolutely. Directly related to people hitting their breaking point. They feel like if they move to Texas, their money goes further, they'll feel safer, they'll live life freer. We have elected officials right now, the governor, the mayor here in New York, impacting people's lives, businesses, being able to exist. Unfortunately, the heavy hand of government not following the science, instilling fear in the population, and trying to exert more government control is leading to many, both individuals, families, and also small businesses and others deciding that's it. They're hitting their breaking point and they're gone.
And of course, we haven't even begun to talk about taxes because, of course, they have zero tax rate, income tax rate down in Florida and Texas. And that's another reason why people are leaving. Congressman, best of luck to you. Have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you very much for being here.